The miracles, the whole journey. We often talk about Matthew, Mark, and John, but there's another guy, a truly fascinating character who gives us a massive chunk of the New Testament. His name is Luke, and honestly, his story is as compelling as the ones he wrote. So who was this guy, Luke? Well, for starters, he wasn't one of the original 12 disciples. He never walked with Jesus by the Sea of Galilee. In fact, he was likely a Gentile, a non-Jew, which makes his contribution incredibly unique. Think about that for a second. An outsider, so moved by the story of Jesus that he dedicates his life to preserving it. And what was his day job? He was a doctor. The Apostle Paul, in his letter to the Colossians, calls him Luke, the beloved physician. This detail is so important. As a doctor, Luke was a trained observer, a man of science and detail. He wasn't just hearing stories and jotting them down. He was investigating. In the very first lines of his own gospel, he says he made a careful investigation of the events, speaking to eyewitnesses to get the story straight and present an orderly account. He was a historian and a journalist as much as he was a storyteller. This medical background shines through in his writing. He often describes illnesses and healings with a precision you don't see elsewhere. But more than that, his perspective as a physician seems to have given him a deep, profound compassion for people. This brings us to the lessons we can learn from Luke. His gospel is often called the gospel of the marginalized. He pays special attention to the people society often overlooked. He's the one who tells us the parable of the Good Samaritan, emphasizing love for our neighbor no matter who they are. He's the one who highlights the stories of women, like Mary, Elizabeth, and Anna, giving them a prominent voice. He's the one who shares the story of Zacchaeus, the despised tax collector, and the parable of the prodigal son, a beautiful picture of forgiveness and redemption for those who feel they've strayed too far. Luke's message is radically inclusive. He shows us a Jesus who constantly reaches out to the poor, the sick, the outcasts, and the sinners. He reminds us that God's love isn't reserved for the perfect or the powerful, but is a gift for absolutely everyone. But Luke didn't stop there. He wrote a sequel, the Book of Acts. It picks up right where his gospel leaves off, detailing the birth of the early church and the spread of the Christian message. Without Luke, we would know so much less about the apostles' journey after Jesus' ascension. So when you think of Luke, don't just think of a name on a book. Think of the beloved doctor, the meticulous historian, the compassionate storyteller. Think of the outsider who dedicated his life to creating an orderly, detailed, and deeply human account so that we, 2,000 years later, could have confidence in the story of a love that leaves no one behind. His legacy is a powerful reminder that our skills, whatever they are, can be used to tell a story that matters, and that compassion is one of the most powerful lenses through which to view the world.